Hi there. So, quick channel update. Usually I'll do one of these as a post on YouTube and then you can read it or not, depending on whether you're interested in that sort of thing or not. But I'm messing around with footage that's, not in-game footage at the moment, so I thought this would be a good way of testing it out. So, I don't know how many of you are superstitious, but it's a common belief that Friday the 13th is a day where bad things happen. In fact, setting up the tripod for this video, one of the legs broke, so I had to go and quickly fix that. But the worst thing, and it's Friday the 13th today, at just gone midnight last night, my desktop PC that I do all of my sort of footage collecting, all of my editing on, decided that it didn't want to live anymore. There was a click, all of the screens went off, and I initially thought, it's a power cut. Nah, then I realised all of the screens were on, the lights were on, everything else, so clearly not that. So, about 5 minutes later, I'm scrambling around under the desk, pulling the computer out, pulling out all of the USB cables, pulling out the graphics card, pulling out the RAM, and even after pressing the power button after all of that, nothing, nada. No, that's a lie. There was a tiny little click sound. So it looks like that the power supply from it, is no longer for this world. Press F to pay respects if you want. In fact, don't press F to pay respects. This thing's only 6 years old. But given that it's only 6 years old, apparently Corsair do still do a warranty on this. So I've submitted an RMA after giving the details of when I bought it, where I bought it from, giving them a picture of some of the numbers on top. And so that's going to take a little bit of time. Again, it's the desktop that I do most of my footage collecting on, most of my editing on. That's kind of left me a bit stuffed for late. I mean, I do have two other computers to hand. I've got a little HP desktop mini over there. Chances of that running Elite at more than 10 frames per second are, well, I've tested it for something else that I'm working on. It won't play Elite very well at all. The other one is the laptop behind me, which, yes, it will play Elite, but not quite at the settings that I would like to use to take footage from. If I crank it, it's all right out in the black, I think, and I think it's okay in and around stations, but as soon as you think, oh, that planet down there with an atmosphere looks nice, I'm going to go skim the surface for a little bit, maybe do a bit of canyon dipping, it just doesn't want to know. It's choppy and you don't get a decent frame rate off it. So I'm just hoping that the new power supply turns up before the Panther Clipper drops, because I'm really looking forward to that ship. And in case you're wondering, yes, I did also check the power supply with the paperclip test. I didn't use a paperclip. I used, try not to throw everything around, this slightly janky setup, and it makes a live circuit. It's good enough to test it without trying to find a paperclip in the mess out here. But yeah, again, power supply made a little click. Fan didn't move at all. There's no other signs of life from it. So I think it's fairly safe to assume it's toast. I just really hope it didn't take any other components with me, because even if for some reason that's not covered by warranty, PSUs aren't a lot. Graphics cards, on the other hand, they kind of are. But anyway, that's where we're at the moment. So next Elite video at least is going to be delayed a little bit. There are a few other ideas I'm working on in the background, some of which I can do on that laptop. So hopefully there'll be something coming out in the next few weeks. But until then, take care, much love, and 07. Thank you.